Arduino just announced a new dual-brain single-board computer they are calling the VENTUNO Q. I don't know, I kind of like Ventuino Q. Anyway, I have to say it looks pretty amazing. Now, if you have been following Arduino's releases lately, then you'll know the dust hasn't even settled yet on their recent foray into SBCs with the advent of the Arduino Uno Q and their new Arduino AppLab IDE. What's fascinating about this new line of SBCs is that they are dual brain. That is, they have taken a traditional SBC design and merged it with a traditional Arduino development board. So all the stuff that you can do with your traditional Arduino development board, like your Mega, your Uno R3 or R4, a Nano, whatever, you can do all of that same stuff with this new line of Arduino SBCs. But you also have the full power and versatility of a general purpose computer. Now, what stands out with this new Arduino VENTUNO Q is the neural processing unit that can handle up to 40 TOPS. That's 40 trillion mathematical operations per second. When you pair that with 16 gigabytes of RAM and 64 gigabytes of flash memory, what it means is that you're going to be able to run LLMs locally on this board. So no more making API calls to cloud LLMs. You're going to have a brain in a box, and the brain is going to have a friend. It's going to be the MCU that can easily read sensors and control all types of stuff like motors, LEDs, or whatever. Just like the Arduino Uno Q, the VENTUNO Q can be programmed with Arduino AppLab. And I just want to make a quick case for Arduino AppLab. I don't know if you've used it before, but I think it's turning into a pretty good tool for programming applications that work on these dual brain SBCs. So first, here's what I want you to think about. The traditional Arduino ecosystem. First, you've got Arduino development boards, right? They make connecting things to microcontrollers pretty darn easy. Then you have the Arduino IDE. That makes uploading code to microcontrollers pretty easy. Then you have the Arduino language and Arduino libraries, and that has made programming microcontrollers much more accessible. If you get rid of any one of those elements of the traditional Arduino ecosystem, the stool kind of falls. Now consider these new Arduino dual brain single board computers. You have the dual brain SBCs themselves, and they combine a microprocessor unit, an MPU, with a microcontroller unit, an MCU. You have the Arduino AppLab IDE, which allows you in a single place to write code that runs on the MPU and write code on the MCU. Then you've got bricks and a bridge library, which make using AI models easy and allow your MPU and MCU to talk to each other. I feel like this is a pretty powerful trifecta, and just using the Arduino Uno Q with AppLab has been a lot of fun for me. I've been learning a ton, and I love writing Python code right next to Arduino code. Now, Arduino AppLab is free and open source. It's being actively developed, and I feel like I've seen in real time how the platform has been improving. So let's jump into some more of these VENTUNO Q specifications. The microprocessor, or MPU, is a Qualcomm Dragonwing IQ8. The CPU is an octa-core ARM Cortex. It's got an Arduino GPU, which has an ARM Cortex A623 that runs at 877 megahertz. And then it has this Hexagon Tensor AI processor. That's the neural processing unit we talked about that does up to 40 TOPS. Plus it has a Qualcomm Spectra 692 image signal processor, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of flash storage. Plus it has an expansion slot where you can add more memory. And the board's going to run Ubuntu or Debian Linux. Now, the microcontroller on the board is an STM32H5F5. It's got an ARM Cortex M33 that clocks at 250 megahertz. It's got 4 megabytes of flash and 1.5 megabytes of RAM. And it's running the Arduino core on Zephyr RTOS. Now, this VENTUNO also has a ton of ports. Kind of where the Uno Q was lacking ports, the VENTUNO Q makes up for it and then some. It's got 3 MIPI CSI connectors, which is a standard connector for connecting cameras on mobile devices. It has a USB-C slot, an HDMI, 2 USB Type A connectors, and it has an Ethernet connector. Plus, it has a standard 40-pin GPIO header, which provides full electrical and mechanical compatibility with Raspberry Pi accessories. You are going to have access to the entire Raspberry Pi hardware accessory ecosystem with this board. And I mean, of course, it's got Wi-Fi and BLE. All this, not to mention that it has that traditional Arduino Uno header footprint right on top of the board. So all the fun stuff you can do with those GPIOs with any old Arduino board, you can also do that on this VENTUNO Q. And they must have had like just tons of LEDs sitting around, so they stuck an 8x13 LED matrix on this thing, I guess just for kicks. Now, if you want to learn how to use Arduino AppLab, see how bricks work, and understand the details of the bridge library that allows the MPU and the MCU to talk, then check out this link right here, or you can go to this QR code and hop on a wait list for a training series that I'm putting together. This link or that QR code. Now, if you've been watching thus far and you're not sure what a single board computer is or what a traditional Arduino board is, then let me clear that up really quick. First, what is a single board computer? Maybe you've heard of a Raspberry Pi. Imagine if you took your laptop or your desktop computer and then you pulled out all of the guts and you compressed it into a single printed circuit board. You would have yourself a single board computer. A single board computer does everything that you would think a normal computer can do. They've got operating systems, you can load a bunch of different programs on them, and they handle peripherals, like a computer monitor, a keyboard, and a mouse. It's just a computer on a single board. The brain of a single board computer is often a system on chip, which combines a CPU and other processors all into one tiny package. What SBCs don't do quite as effectively, though, is handle general purpose input-output pins like you can with a traditional Arduino board. And that is where microcontrollers really shine. So, what is a microcontroller development board? Well, traditional Arduino boards are microcontroller development boards. A microcontroller is like a really tiny computer that can run a single program. And a microcontroller is the brains of a traditional Arduino board. The basic use of a microcontroller is this. You've got some inputs, you've got some outputs, and there's logic in the middle. The input can be things like sensors, temperature or pressure sensors, user inputs, really whatever. And the outputs can be things like motors, actuators, LEDs, displays. I mean, dream it up, they probably have it. And the logic in between is where you can say things like, hey, if this sensor value is above a threshold, then turn that fan on. All that type of interesting logic. And you can get really quite complicated with it. Traditional Arduino boards excel at reading and controlling all types of sensors and actuators. And that's why these dual brain SBCs are kind of like Tex-Mex for Arduino. They're merging the capability of SBCs with the utility of microcontrollers. You throw in the addition of Arduino AppLab, and you've got this unified place where you can write programs that utilize the microprocessor unit and the microcontroller unit. You throw some software bricks in there that come preloaded with AppLab that allow you to quickly and easily invoke AI models and databases and stuff like that. I really think it ends up being a brave new paradigm. Like I mentioned before, if you want to learn more about using these new dual brain SBCs, check out this link right here or this QR code. You can jump on a waiting list for this training program I'm putting together right now. Now, the next video you should watch is this one right here. It is all about the Arduino Uno Q. That was the first of these dual brain single board computers. You can compare it to this VENTUNO Q that you just learned about. Videos right here. I think you'll find it really informative. That one.